Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mr. Dark Spectrum. An urban legend is a form of modern folklore in which stories told are thought to be true. Some urban legends have passed through the years with only minor changes to suit regional variations. While some people believe these stories to be untrue, many legends tend to have some basis from real-life occurrences. Here is top 5 urban legends that turned out to be true.
Go downstairs. I have a surprise for you.
She looked in the mirror, and I don't know why, but she said his name the last time.
Candyman.
She turned out the lights.
Released in 1992, Candyman, based on a short story by Cleve Baker, remains a potent horror tale of the revenge undertaken by a black artist, Tony Todd, murdered in the 1890s for having a relationship with a white woman. While it's not likely you'll be able to invoke him by saying his name several times in a mirror, the pants-soiling idea of having a killer burst through a medicine cabinet is actually based in fact. In 1987, the Chicago Reader published a story about Ruth McCoy, a woman living in a Chicago housing project who made a frantic call to 911 insisting she was being attacked in her apartment. Responders eventually found her dead body of gunshot wounds. Investigators determined that her assailants had gained access to her unit by breaking through the connecting wall in the adjoining apartment and climbing in through her medicine cabinet. The complex was built that way intentionally so that plumbers investigating leaks could simply remove the cabinet to check the pipes. It became a frequent mode of entry for burglars and, in McCoy's case, her killers. In the early 1900s, it wasn't unheard of for wealthy New Yorkers to bring baby Floridian alligators back to the Big Apple to keep as pets. When they decided that their pets weren't quite as cute as they'd hoped, they supposedly flushed them down the toilet. In 1932, the New York Times reported that a group of teenagers had witnessed a gator easing itself out the Bronx River. While this is far from the norm, there have been several real accounts of fully grown alligators living in sewers, especially in the southern United States. Vacationing couples, newlyweds, Disneyland guests. All have been the subject of an urban legend involving hotel occupants who fall blissfully to sleep only to wake up to an awful stench coming from either under the bed or inside of the mattress. Closer inspection reveals that a dead body has been stashed away. Presumably, not anyone who has died of natural causes. In 2010, guests at a budget lodge in Memphis were horrified to discover that they had been sleeping above the body of Sonia Millbrook, a missing persons. Fabric softener had been stuffed in the ceiling tiles to try and mask the smell. At least 3 other occupants had also rented the room since Millbrook's disappearance. A court eventually convicted Millbrook's boyfriend, Lakeith Moody, of the crime. You know how sometimes the water at your hotel just tastes downright disgusting? Well, it's not entirely outside of the realm of reason that there might be a dead body floating in the water supply, contributing to the less than desirable taste. At least, that's what happened at a Los Angeles hotel in 2013. After several days of guests complaining about a terrible smell that emitted every time they turned on the shower, not to mention the terrible taste when they tried to brush their teeth, Management checked the water tank on the hotel roof and found the body of 21-year-old Elisa Lamb floating inside. Her body was estimated to have been in the tank for 2 weeks. Parents often reassure their children that the boogeyman doesn't exist, but on Staten Island in the 1980s, he was all too real. Cropsey would drag children from their beds, carrying a bloody axe in the crook of his arm. Andre Rand worked as a janitor at Willowbrook State School, which specialized in providing services for children with disabilities. He was accused of kidnapping and murdering Jennifer Schwagner, a 13-year-old girl with Down syndrome. Once arrested, he became a suspect in the cold case disappearances of several other children. News footage of Rand's arrest shows him handcuffed, hollow-eyed, and drooling as he's led from a police station.